She did not fall in love all at once. It happened slowly, the way seasons change, the way you do not notice winter leaving until one morning the air feels different and you realize spring has been arriving quietly for weeks. He was not perfect. She knew that from the beginning. But there was something about the way he looked at her sometimes, like she was the answer to a question he had been asking for years. And she held on to that look. On the days he was distant, on the nights he did not call, on the mornings she woke up next to the silence of an unanswered message and told herself he was just busy. He was just scared. He just needed more time. She gave him time. She gave him space when he needed to breathe. She gave him patience when he needed to figure himself out. She made herself smaller in the moments he seemed overwhelmed by her love. She learned to need less, to ask for less, to expect less. And somewhere in the middle of all that giving, she stopped recognizing herself. Her friends noticed before she did. The way she lit up when his name appeared on her phone. The way she deflated when it did not. The way her entire emotional state had become a weather system controlled by someone who did not even know he held that power. Or maybe he did know. Maybe that was the most painful possibility of all. Because here is what nobody tells you about loving someone who cannot fully commit to you. It is not the big moments that break you. It is not the arguments or the disappointments or the times they let you down in ways you can point to and name. It is the ordinary Tuesday afternoons, when you are sitting across from them and they are physically present, but emotionally somewhere else entirely. When you reach for their hand and they hold it, but not the way someone holds something they are afraid to lose. When you look at them, looking at you, and realize with a quiet devastation that you have been auditioning for a role they have not yet decided to cast. She stayed for 2 years in that audition, 2 years of being almost chosen, almost enough, almost the person he was ready to love completely. And then one evening, over dinner that felt like every other dinner, she looked at him and understood something she had been refusing to understand for a very long time. He was not afraid of commitment. He was not broken by his past. He was not someone who just needed more time to be ready. He was someone who already knew. And the answer was not yes. It had never been yes. And every day she had spent waiting for him to change his mind was a day she had spent choosing someone who was not choosing her back. She did not cry that night. She had already cried every tear that belonged to this relationship in the months before. What she felt instead was something quieter, something that felt almost like relief. Because here is the truth that took her 2 years to understand. And it is a truth that behavioral researchers and psychologists who study relationship patterns have confirmed again and again across thousands of real relationships. When someone is genuinely ready to love you, they do not make you wait for them to decide. They do not leave you in the hallway of the relationship, hoping to be invited fully inside. When the right person finds you at the right time, you do not spend years wondering if you are enough. You feel chosen, consistently, on ordinary days. Not just in the beautiful moments, but in the quiet, unremarkable ones, where nobody is performing and nobody is trying to impress anyone. The absence of that feeling is not something to fix. It is not something to wait out. It is information. She had spent 2 years making herself into someone who needed less. It was time to find someone who made her feel like she was finally allowed to need everything. She picked up her phone, not to check if he had messaged, but to call her sister, to say the thing out loud that she had been too afraid to say for 2 years. I think I have been waiting for someone who was never going to show up the way I needed him to. And saying it out loud was the first honest thing she had done in a very long time. If you are watching this right now, and something in this story felt uncomfortably familiar, I want you to sit with that feeling for a moment. Not to judge yourself, not to feel shame about how long you stayed or how much you gave. I want you to feel free to hear the truth of this. The hardest part of this journey is not the moment when you close the door. It's the moment before that, when you understand the only way out is through it. But to ask yourself one honest question: are you in a relationship right now where you feel chosen? Not sometimes, not in the good moments, consistently, on the ordinary days, in the silences, in the small moments where love either shows up or quietly reveals that it was never really there. You deserve someone whose answer is yes, without hesitation. Drop a comment below and tell me your story. Have you ever loved someone who was still deciding? How long did it take you to finally choose yourself? Your story matters, and it might be exactly what someone else watching this needs to hear today. If this video felt like someone finally said what you have been feeling, hit the like button. It tells me to keep making content that speaks to what people are actually going through. And if you want more stories like this one that finally make sense of love and everything that comes with it, subscribe to AI Knows Love. Every week, we go deeper into the stories behind why we love who we love and what it means for how we move forward. Because you deserve to understand your own heart, and that is exactly what this channel is here for.